Hello. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need to put that back on. It's always something. We're back, and I am a little off today. Yes, I'm going on very, very little sleep again because I'm stupid like that. But we should be good for at least a couple hours. Stream might be a little shorter today. I may just get the quest line done, which usually takes me about an hour and a half or 2 hours, and then just stop stream after that and try to like go back to bed or something. But I think I'm good to get through this. So we managed to finish out our Dragoon. Got our 70. Would have been 70. Life of the Dragon. Yeah. Life of the Dragon and Nostrand. Last time. And got the level 80 quest as well, but that doesn't really give you anything. And now we are up to the... Sorry, what is this? Oh, nothing. Okay. So now we're up to the role quests, and it's time to go hunting more blasphemies. And it looks like we're going to be hunting blasphemies with our pirate buddies back in Limsa this week. And that'll get me pretty close to done, actually. After this, I'm only going to have one set of the role quests, plus whatever post-role quests there are, because there usually are, to do. Probably not next week, most likely the week after, but we'll see. Anyway, what do you got for me? Stormcloud's Brewing. Some delicate would entreat your aid in dealing with a grave threat back home. Sure. Admiral Blefferson, I thank you for your many deeds in service to Limsa Laminta. My people, I thank you for your efforts in delivering the star from catastrophe. Unfortunately, we have received troubling tidings that beasts akin to those plague routes at Han have been sighted on the Notion coast. Admiral has mustered the maelstrom in hopes of quelling the threat. Yet there is much we do not understand about our foe, and as such, your expertise in the arena would be a great boon to us. Will you help us? Wouldn't be much of a hero if I refused, would I? Excellent. The Admiral will be heartened to have your knowledge of martial prowess on our side. I'm certain. Rise yourself in Limsa as soon as you're able. Secretariat at Maelstrom Command will apprise you of the details upon your arrival. No, not that. This. I've gotten so used to using the other, like, bar that I use for all my functions and classes and all that stuff. I forget the hotbar one sometimes. Maybe Sage is just like hanging out here in Limsa all the time. I don't even remember where I met that person, actually. This event's gotta almost be done by now. It's been a couple weeks. Yeah, no, I don't need anything else from it. Except for some papaya. Papaya. Anyway, I got everything I care to get from that event, so I'm done with it. Maelstrom Secretariat. Oh yeah, I got a little further with my... What was it? No, it would be this one? Yeah, there we go. I got a little further with the melding for my crafting stuff. See, I pentamelded Was it everything or most things? I think there were a couple things I didn't quite get yet. That's done. That, I still need a piece. That's done. And the rings I still... Okay, so there's still 3 materia that I need to meld onto there. Before the armor, the gear is melded. Then I need to pentameld like all the tools, and I've only just sort of started working on those. I've gotten a lot further on this one, which is almost there. All my culinary and stuff I got up real quick, actually. Because culinarian's where all the stuff that like I want to be able to do myself is, right? Like my raid food, my crafting food, my gathering foods, or anything like that, right? All the like different foods that I would use for all the different stuff I'm doing. So I definitely got culinary and like pentamelded up as much as I could. It's just a little bit more progress. Then I need to start pentamelding all the other tools. Problem is, I haven't even begun to meld... Oh, the spearfishing gig can't even be melded. Interesting. The... What is that? Oh, that's a helm of fending. Where's the... There it is. My gathering stuff. I haven't even begun to meld my gathering stuff. And I am reaching the point where some of the things that I need to gather in order to craft some of the foods and things like that that I want are things that I don't have like any other good outlet for other than going and gathering them myself, right? Like there's a certain fish that's associated with a certain food that's really important, and I could buy it off the market, but it's right now it's going for like 3,000 to 5,000 gil for every single one of this seafood, right? It's just, it'd be better if I just went and fished it up myself. So I do need to start like melding my gatherer stuff. It's not as important. I'm pretty sure I can get access to the stuff that I need without it being melded up, but having it all melded up will just make it that much easier. Having the gathering stuff melded up, I think, is better for botanist and miner for the most part than it is fisher. I don't think there's quite as many like you need to have this amount of gathering or perception or whatever when you're fishing. Like GP is still really useful, obviously. But like gathering and perception, I don't think there's as many like gates blocking your path for fishing as there are on botanist and miner. Although you do need to have your stats high enough, because the further your stats are away from like the difficulty of the thing you're trying to fish up, the less likely you are to catch it. But it's not as aggressive as botanist and miner, I don't think. Man in Rat Han told us to expect you. I'll inform the Admiral of your arrival. Uh-oh, she has the leak pearl about. She's gonna spam it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Glad you could join us, Ashran. I only wish it were under better circumstances. Grave news from the bounties not escaped our ears. I can scarce begin to imagine the horrors you have witnessed there. Although you and the Scions have averted the final days, blasphemies continue to appear in certain regions. Phil burned among them. Tell them what we know. First report came a few days ago, from one of our men patrolling Skull Valley. He spoke of a fearsome creature, unlike any native to our shores. While we had our suspicions, it's only later that a connection to the final days was confirmed by a most unlikely source, the Sahagin. We've been treating their tempered for some time now. Many have made a full recovery. Owing to this, some factions are eager to improve diplomatic relations with Limsa. There's one such faction that has provided the most comprehensive reports in all their alarming detail. You speak of a most dreadful sight. The Spawn brothers transforming into horrific beasts before their very eyes. Indeed, it's far too similar to the incidents in Radzet Han to be a mere coincidence. If our assumptions are correct, the first and most formidable of the beasts, blasphemy, as it was decided we would call them, prowls our waters as we speak. We may have been spared the final days, but so long as this abomination remains to harry us, we can't truly say the storm is past. Fortunately, there have been no sightings of the blasphemy within the city. Nevertheless, if we are to spare our people the horror that befell Radzet Han, it must be dealt with, and quickly. Despite our investigative efforts, we remain very much in the dark as to the precise nature of the threat we face. Were we to recklessly dispatch large numbers of troops, we run the risk of having our own men corrupted. You can well imagine the carnage that would ensue. As such, Admiral Blefisfin has decided to keep those involved to a minimum, and lead the investigation herself. And I would have you at my side. What say you? Let's do this. You have my thanks. We'll depart at once to meet with our Sahagan allies. Gather what knowledge we can, that we might devise a proper plan of attack. Due to arrive at South Tidegate soon. I'll go on ahead and wait for you there. So I had mentioned that I noticed that, like, each of the places that the role quests are sending you are kind of sending you to places that don't really have a lot of the role that you're playing as. Oof. Right, like healer. Sorry. Sent you to, Sonya? No. Alamigo? Alamigo, I think. Where they just don't really have a lot of healers, and the few that they do are like all preoccupied and stuff. So I can kind of see melee DPS sends you to Limsa. I mean, Limsa does have a melee DPS guild, but it's like a secret hidden melee DPS guild that it's more difficult to join than the other ones. And, you know, you have to know where it is and find it and all that shit. But also, it didn't have a melee DPS guild when it started. Not that I think that matters at this point. Because they added it in like 2.3, 2.4, 2.3, I think. Oh, maybe 2.2. Whatever. Well past our agreed upon meeting time. The Sahagan are nowhere to be seen. They didn't seem the sorts to break their word. This bodes ill. Let's leave this place to the guards and search Halfstone for any sign of them. I think this entire group of Sahagan are probably gone. Well, hello there. Mel's in danger. Quickly, to his aid. Edgeber? Oh, okay. It wasn't that thing right there. It's something way out here. Hey, no. Well, that's surprisingly a lot of health. An 85. Not enough to deal with a Dragoon, though. Many thanks, Shawaka.
Pray tell, is my companion safe?
I mean, if he's the one standing behind Merleweb, she's shooting anything that comes after him.
Admiral herself comes to our aid. Glad tidings indeed. You too have my boundless gratitude for saving my life. Let us quit this place before these beasts return.
Oh, man. Everyone's still alive. Good. But not if we stay out here too long. Inside, quickly. Okay, so what's happened to all the Sahagin, guys? Oh.
Thank you, my friends. Those ghastly beasts would have made short work of us had you not intervened. And yet, it brought me no joy to watch them die. Unbelievable as that may sound, till a short time ago they were none other than our very own spawn brothers. At first we thought them merely cursed, but our talismans and magics availed us not.
It was no curse. It was an evil like no other. Innocent souls transformed against their will into unholy beasts called blasphemies.
Blasphemies? Pray tell us more.
That would be your area of expertise, Ash. I mean, it's a long story, dude.
Turned into beasts by the power of despair. This is horrifying indeed.
Thus far, the phenomenon here in Lenosha has been limited to Sahagin. Why is that?
Cannot say. Yet I wonder if the crushing tide are involved in some way.
I know not of this crushing tide.
What of them has yet to reach you, I see. All began when the Indigo Matriarch, the queen of our kind, was stricken with a grave malady.
Oh god, the Sahagin queen is sick? That's not good, right?
Tragic as this was, there was one small solace. She was not fond of shore walkers, and so deprived of her leadership, more of my kind came to see the wisdom in making peace with Limsa Lawinsa. There remain, of course, those who would oppose our cause. They formed a group they call the Crushing Tide. Even now they seek to summon the Lord of the World anew, and consign all finless ones unto the briny deep. However, they lack the crystals necessary to do so. Denied the power they crave, they can do naught but gnash their teeth in desperation.
And you suspect these feelings of helplessness are the cause of their transformations?
Just so. Those of our spawn brothers who turned into those beasts had been fraternizing with the Crushing Tide. Despite our differences, we cannot abandon our kin to such a cruel fate. Yet we must be careful not to drive them to still deeper despair. Yes, we must consider the situation carefully, lest we bring destruction upon all our kind.
Tell me this. Are the Crushing Tide even now under the Leviathan's thrall? If freed from their drowned state, might they not listen to reason?
But only so simple. All but a few are long since cured. They walk this path of their own free will.
In that case,
they may yet be dissuaded from their present course. For the sake of our nascent alliance, we will do all we can to save your brethren. Fortunately, a most capable ally stands with us. This man has bested many a formidable foe, including Leviathan. Great Asranles, in the flesh. Honored am I to stand in your presence. It's interesting to see all of the untempered ones are like, oh, cool, it's the guy who killed Leviathan. Together we'll weather this storm and usher in a new age of harmony. This I swear. There's much to be done. But now let's return to our homes and prepare as best we can for the trials ahead. Should we discover aught of value, we'll be sure to share it with you. Ask that you do the same. Indeed we shall. Until such time, I watch over my spawn brothers and pray that no more succumb to the change. Maelstrom Command, really? Guess I'm just used to these ones being like quest or two, and then you're out in the overworld area where the whole thing's sort of taking place. We're jumping around a lot actually with the role quests. Well, not a ton, but some. Welcome back. Thanks to you and Noah, I now possess a proper understanding of the challenge we face. It is a daunting task that lies before us. We'll continue to cooperate with the Sahagin to learn all we can. Once we've located the blasphemy, I'll have need of your strength. Till then, I ask that you remain at the ready. Clearly the storm clouds have only begun to gather. Crushing Tide. I'm wondering who that dude standing behind her is. He looks like he's supposed to be a machinist. Though, because I think that's a gun on his back. Although I'm having trouble telling if that's supposed to be on him or her. Because I know that the Admiral and some of the Maelstrom guys used, like, guns back before they created the machinist class. They just used guns. Secretariat has recent developments to share. Your timing couldn't be better. The Admiral has just this moment returned from a meeting with the Sahagin. I shall inform her of your arrival. Ashran, I'm glad you're here. We've decided on our next course of action. As you know, we face two distinct but interconnected challenges. The transformations occurring among the Sahagin may be one, but the blasphemy itself is the root of the problem. Thus far, those who succumbed to the change have all been affiliated with the Crushing Tide, who continue to resist our diplomatic efforts. Were we to put a stop to the phenomenon, as well as address their grievances, we may yet have a chance at peace. To that end, I would propose a double-pronged approach. On one front, we work in tandem with our Sahagin allies to redouble our patrols. To the blasphemy surface, we'll share this knowledge and move immediately to dispatch the threat. At the same time, we pursue a dialogue with the Crushing Tide. We need to bring them back to the negotiating table, and then see what can be done to convince them to stand down. Key point will no doubt be the lingering issue of securing land for their spawning grounds. This discussion I intend to approach with an open mind. It'll be no easy task, but we succeeded with the kobolds, and have faith that we'll succeed with the Sahagin as well, so long as we parley in good faith.
Only hope they share that sentiment. They won't. I'm sure they won't. But still, may as well try. Be wise to temper your expectations. But I would not abandon hope ere we try. At any rate, no one has sent word that one Tao, a priest who styles himself the leader of the crushing tide, has grudgingly agreed to hear us out. I will parley with him face to face at the Sapsa spawning grounds, and would have you at my side, if you do not object, that is. Excellent. In that case, pray join me at the South Tide Gate when you're ready. From there, we'll go together. Yeah, my lack of sleep is trying to catch up with me now. It's annoying how that works. Oh well. I still think I'll be good to go through this stream. I hope that helicopter isn't being picked up. But it probably is. Now everything's probably getting picked up. That must have been a police helicopter because now there's sirens. All prepared, are you? Dao is not known for his patience. We must take care not to incur his ire. I was told he would be at the spawning grounds upon our arrival, but it appears he's been delayed. Let's speak with the Sargon here. Mayhap one of them will be able to shed light on what may be keeping him. One more thing. I come here as a representative of Limsa on a diplomatic mission. Should the talks deteriorate and things come to blows, I cannot be seen to bloody my hands. Trust that you understand. With that, let's be off. Accompanying. Okay, so Merylvib has an escort mission. Does she have any optional dialogue? Doesn't look like it. Guess we'll see if any appears as I get further. What is this? Since when have these shore walkers free to intrude upon our sacred spawning grounds? We forgive our intrusion. We seek an audience with Speaker Tao. Where might we find him? You will do no such thing, shore walker. We have not forgotten what you did to Lord Leviathan. Be gone! Don't get much out of this one. Let's try elsewhere. Why do you trespass in our domain, vile shore walkers? Mean you no harm. We come only for a peaceful parley with your leader, Master Tao. Where might we find him? We desire no parley with the shore walkers, who would steal our home. Were it not for your insatiable selfishness, we, Shahagan, would grow and flourish. Grievances are justified. That is why I would speak with Master Tao and work toward a peaceful solution. Empty words from the thieving shore walker. So be it. Soon you shall learn the futility of your effort. Speaker Tao is overseeing security at the spawning grounds. You will find him by the entrance. Though mark my words,
You will wish you hadn't. We shall see. Thank you for your aid.
Odd the way they're talking about this now. I mean, he seems normal-ish.
Welcome. Now spawning grounds. To what do I owe the displeasure? Speak of Tao, I presume? Apologies for entering into your home unannounced. I'm Melvin Bluffershin, Chief Admiral of Linsa, and this is Ashran Leth. We come seeking a parley that we might strive for peace between our peoples. Parley, you say? Prolonging this conflict any further will lead only to needless suffering. The menace both our peoples face is great indeed. If ever there was a time to set aside our differences and come together for the greater good, it's now. I invite you to join us at South Tidegate for formal negotiations. Sure, Waka and Sahagin coming together. What assurance do I have that you will not slit our gills the moment we set foot within your territory? I can offer not but my word. We open our gates to you and invite you into our home as a show of respect. I do not trust you, Showaka. Let it never be said that thou of the crushing tide was a coward. I accept your offer, but attempt any treachery or subterfuge, and your people will drown in their own blood. Very well, Master Dao. I look forward to a productive discussion. Let's return then. We shall send word to Null as well. Would have our Sahagan allies join us at the party.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a shorter stream today.
Thank you for joining us here, Master Dao. The air here sickens me. Be brief. Aye, let us get straight to the heart of the matter. A common threat looms before us, one more powerful than any primal, with the potential to bring death without end to both Sahagan and the Minson alike. The circumstances call for swift and united action. You doubt our intentions. I remind you that we have liberated many of your kin from Leviathan's enthrallment. They and countless other Sahagan have joined us of their own free will, that we may ensure the survival of both our peoples. Aye, by their deeds have the Leminsons proven themselves worthy of our trust. Mr. Dao, you and your crushing tide want only to secure a future for your people. I say to you, this can only be done by confronting the threat together. Threats? Threats? What is this threat you speak of? If it is unity you crave, then submit yourself to our command. Be as the Serpent Reavers. They are the only shore walkers I deign to call friend. You would ask us to willingly surrender ourselves to your Lord of the World. I do, for that and that alone will ensure peace between us. Preposterous! You propose not alliance but servitude. This way lies nothing but death for Ulcerhagen. You hear it, my spawn brothers? The Shorewalkers have stolen this one's mind. He decries Lord Leviathan and espouses the lunacy of our sworn foes. These treacherous wretches have abandoned our god. Conspire to drive we faithful from our ancestral home. Cannot, must not let this stand.
Is he, like, knowingly transforming his own people? He is. I wonder if he's doing it knowing they're turning into blasphemies, or if he thinks they're just, like, turning into soldiers for Leviathan or some shit like that.
For shame! Forsaken by our spawn brothers! They side with the finless ones and blaspheme our Lord Leviathan. They will steal our spawning grounds and slaughter our children, our future.
Good job. I don't know. He looked kind of surprised when they changed. He didn't seem like... No? Okay, yeah. He thinks it's Leviathan's blessing, I guess. They're, like, purposely causing them, their own people to transform.
Behold this blessing. Lord Leviathan grants us greater and greater strength.
You would call this a blessing?
Such orders. Flee for your lives.
What the... We're just gonna stand here? Beast makes for Aleport. I'll leave this place to you. Good. Go, pull out your gun and blow the thing away. I can deal with this.
Splendid. Splendid. Let all our spawn brothers be blessed with such power.
Someone needs to kill that priest. Like, that boy has completely gone over the edge, and I don't even think he's tempered. I think they've all been cured of their tempering, so he's, like, willingly just given himself over to Leviathan and thinks this is a blessing to his people, transforming them into blasphemies. So, someone needs to, like, kill him. Now. Oh, he didn't last long at all. I really do just blow through those idiots.
This is the second time you saved my life, Shorewalker. My gratitude is as boundless as the sea. But what of the Admiral? We must go to her aid.
Someone tells me she's okay. But what happened to the other one? Oh, it killed him. Yeah, it killed him before Melva could get there.
It was too late. I'm sorry. There's no need for apologies. You are not responsible for my people's plight. But what I cannot fathom is Dao's response. How pleased he was to see his brothers become slavering beasts. The fool believes it is a blessing from Leviathan himself. Any hope for a peaceable solution will be lost should Dao and his crushing tide manage to wield their transformations as a weapon against us. I shudder at the very thought. And yet the true threat, the blasphemy, is still out there, yes? Just so. The first ones to transform are those who have fallen into the deepest depths of despair. The more painful their anguish, the more fearsome and formidable they become in their bestial forms, and the greater their influence over the others. We can scarcely hope to stand against a legion of such foes. Would that there were more for my people could do to help. I'll have the maelstrom patrol the seas for the blasphemy, that we might slay it with all due haste. But this may well amount to naught. If the blasphemy too was born from a Sahagin, it could be sheltering in the depths, beyond the reach of our ships. In that case, pray allow my spawn brothers and I to serve as your eyes beneath the sea. Thank you, Null. Through our efforts combined, we might yet weather this threat. As for your brothers who gave their lives today for our cause, I shall see that they are returned home to be laid to rest as they deserve. You have my gratitude, Admiral. And with that, we should return as well. There's much work to be done, and I would see much work to be done, and oh, they forgot to put an I there. I would see it done quickly. Oh man, all these Sahagin voices, too much. Too much for my tired vocal cords. I should be good. But again, that's another reason why it's like, yeah, I'm probably gonna like finish up the story and then stop the stream like right after, even though it undoubtedly will not take me 3 hours. Oof. Really? People in my FC are queuing up for frontline now? Don't want to do that. Ash. It was just sharing our findings. So you see, the danger is exactly as the Sahagin described. While Dow and his ilk have no means of forcibly triggering the phenomenon at present, it is plain they intend to seek one out. Redouble our patrols offshore, and inform me at the first sign of anything out of the ordinary. It shall be done, Admiral. Worry that we may be stretching ourselves too thin. Should the situation take a turn for the worse, I'll recall our forces from Garlemald. Yet I would reserve that as a last resort. Now I must get to work securing reinforcements. I ask that you remain close by. We may have need of your strength all too soon. $87, 8, 9. At most, I think there's about 3 quests left, because I think some of these aren't like 2 in between the quests. 7, 8, 9, 10, no, maybe 4 quests. Appears to be. I've been waiting for you, yay. The Admiral left a message for you, and the news is not good. It appears the Luminsa merchant was assailed by a Sahagin raiding party affiliated with the Crushing Tide. Further complicate matters, the vessel in question was carrying a shipment of crystals supplied to us by the Kobolds of Ogamoro. The Admiral suspects that Dow means to use the plundered crystals to summon Leviathan. She's gone to the meet with Null. We and our Sahagin allies might take swift action. She bids you join her immediately. Should the worst come to worst, your experience in combating primals may prove essential. Pray make for South Tidegate and rendezvous with Admiral Bluffisfen at once. Do I have, don't. I do have Leviathan's mount, I believe? Yeah, I must, because I have the, Kieran, or whatever it's called, which you have to have all the horses to get. But that's just a boring old horse. Thank you for coming, Ash. Situation is grim. The crushing tide plundered one of our trading ships and seized a goodly stash of Ogamoro crystals. Though their aim is clear, it appears they lack the quantity needed to perform the summoning. Thou longs for the days when every Sahagin cried out for Lord Leviathan's deliverance, and will stop at nothing to see them return. I cannot fathom what the crushing tide are thinking. What satisfaction, what happiness can be found in giving over their hearts and minds to a false god. So we must thwart their designs, lest the bonds we have forged be forever broken. On the same token, we can't ignore the blasphemy, nor the transformations its presence may bring about. Battle on two fronts, neither of which we can commit to at the expense of the other. As we sail into the eye of the storm, I would hear your counsel. What course of action would you propose? Yellow Jackets, the Company of Heroes. I mean, the Yellow Jackets have their day-to-day work they need to do. The Company of Heroes is mostly retired at this point. But the pirate powers, why don't we use them? As it happens, I've already enlisted the Executioners, the Krakens, and the Sirens to the cause. They've done much to bolster the Maelstrom's efforts to scour the seas for the blasphemy. So if we're to seek reinforcements, we'll have to turn elsewhere. But to whom? What about the Company of Heroes? And there's a few of them around still. It's not a whole company anymore. Company of Heroes. That's a name I've not heard in some time. 'Tis true, they answered the call many a time. Indeed, other than you and yours, there are arguably none better suited to the task of primal slaying. They disbanded over 5 years ago. Neither hide nor hair has been seen of their commander since. Absent their leader, I suspect they'll be reluctant to join our cause. Really? The existing Company of Heroes wouldn't be willing to rally behind me, the guy who's been killing primals, like, by the dozens? I can think of no better option. I'll contact Waistcoat, the erstwhile commander's right-hand man. See if he'll not hear us out. I'll ask him to meet us at the Drowning Wench. Let's hope he is receptive to our offer. Nor might I trust you and your brothers to continue the search for the blasphemy in the meantime. And of course, Admiral, should we discover anything, you will be the first to know. Oh no, Drowning Wench. That's all the way back in town. And there's a lot of, like, Limsa, West Lenosha, Limsa, West Lenosha, Limsa, West Lenosha, Limsa, West Lenosha, just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth in this. I can get to the Drowning Wench. I could go to the Aft Castle. Or I could just run this. Honestly, either way is going to save me like a couple seconds one way or the other, I think. Doesn't matter. Oh, they're outside. Apologies for the delay. You alone? I don't buy for a second that the Company of Heroes guys wouldn't show up, at least, even if they weren't going to join us. But there's no way they wouldn't.
Like, I also can't buy for a second that the Company of Heroes wouldn't be willing to rally behind the Warrior of Light after all the primals he's faced. Yeah, I swore 5 years ago that I was done playing hero. Hey, buddy. I wonder if we'll get that fake member of the Company of Heroes. That'd be hilarious if he showed up. It's good to see you guys again. Will someone explain to me what this is all about? Believe it or not, I'm a respectable man with respectable obligations these days. Woodnin. Where do I usually see him? It's the U tribe. Are those the ones out in the desert? I keep forgetting. I think those are the ones out in the desert. Yeah, I think those are the ones out in southern Thanalan. Take that polearm out of your ass, old friend. Stop pretending you're not still a murderous bastard at heart. What's that wicked tongue of yours, Yord? Unless I skew it and prove you right. Nothing like a reunion with dear companions over a bottle of a wench's finest vintage. That is why we're here, right? Sure. Long time no I catch uplanders. Brayflox's tummy tickled to see gobby friends again. Brayflox. Fucking Brayflox, man. You often forget Brayflox was part of the Company of Heroes. Thank you for assembling on such short notice. Spares the pleasantries, Admiral. Why are we here? I make a simple request. We form the Company of Heroes and lend Limsa your strength. You have a reason, I'm sure. I would hear it. Blasphemies, bro. Fucking blasphemies. We got Sahagin that are desperately trying to summon Leviathan and just need a few more crystals to get it done, and blasphemies. Well, there you have it. A terrible fiend known as a blasphemy prowls our seas, transforming the Sahagin into ravening beasts. At the same time, the Sahagin themselves, specifically a hostile faction calling themselves the Crushing Tide, have declared their intention to summon Leviathan anew. Should they succeed, it'd be hard-pressed to deal with the Primal while still dealing with the other threats. Right, pickle indeed. But the answer is no. Commander disbanded the company, and as his first mate, it's not my place to gainsay his final order. Sod that, I say. Have you forgotten our company's creed? The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. The people now in danger are not the same men and women we fought to defend years ago. Commander would not have turned his back on them, neither should we. Bold words, London. But do you truly believe that we can honor them as we are? Old mercenaries past their prime, lacking a commander whose wisdom and prowess saw them to glory once upon a time. Oh yes, your commander. If Ashir were to lead you in his stead, surely you would not question his abilities. What are you reacting like that for, Catboy? You've been killing dozens of primals. Of course you were going to be the new commander of the Company of Heroes, dumbass. Intriguing proposition. I, for one, would not be averse to serving under such a decorated hero. Gobby friend has goodly head for fighty think, and goodly arms for thinky fight. I like her. Bringing an endorsement as any. If I would hear from the man himself. You believe you're capable of leading the Company of Heroes into battle? Bro, that's literally what I do. For every single trial, I lead a small company of heroes into battle. You've the stones to follow me. Yeah, better battle than a banquet. Still nursing that grudge, are we? I suppose we still owe you a dozen favors. If you're willing to lead, we'll follow.
5 years to the day. Truth be told, I was enjoying the more leisurely life, but when duty calls... Wait, before we proceed, I must ask, have we no way of reaching out to the commander? Yeah, now he took his leave, have we? Up and vanishing so we could each find our own way. Apart from him and the company, I doubt we'll see him again, much as I wish we could. To the matter at hand, the mission you will undertake. First, you are to aid us in tracking down the blasphemy that roams the sea. Second, you must prevent the crushing tide from summoning Leviathan at all costs. Oh, is that all? And there, I thought we might get our feet wet with a real challenge, eh? But in all seriousness, we should take care to decide who attends to what. I wonder if the commander of the company of heroes is going to turn out to be that dude with his back facing to Merylvid in all the pictures with the gun. Sounds like a job for our acting commander. We'll give it all due consideration. Okay then. Great. What do you got for me, game? Understand this correctly, we're to bring down this so-called blasphemy. Of course, to do that, we'll need to find the damn thing first. We've also got to prevent the crushing tide from summoning their god Leviathan. Tall order in and of itself. Just a sec. I swear I heard something. As acting commander, it's your job to decide who will be doing what, based on the skills we each have to offer. I recommend you start by having a chat with each of us. Might develop a sense of the strengths and weaknesses, mostly strengths, of course, of the storied veterans under your command. Oh god. Like, am I actually gonna have to set this all up right? Because that's nuts. Oh boy, here we go. A specialty, you ask? Impaling fiends of the Lancemine. Of course. Stronger the foe, the better. None other match for me. Be folly to waste my talents on dealing with those slippery fishmen. Set me against so-called blasphemy, and I'll have the thing on a skewer before you can say my over bluffing. Yeah. I mean, it does seem like that is what he would be best at, is just taking down the blasphemy. Because he's an attacker. We don't need super strong attackers to deal with Sahagin. I mean, if a primal does get summoned, that could be a wrinkle. But I don't think it will. Wise choice. Send Landonell after the Sahagin. He's like to help them summon Leviathan to sate his bloodlust. God. I'll speak plain. Not some battle-crazed barbarian like Landonell. As none of the you, a tribe of peerless hunters. I conduct my affairs with discipline and prudence. As such, I know better than any that to rush headlong into battle is rarely the best course of action. Far wiser it is to observe from afar and proceed with caution. Like, that could help in pursuit of the blasphemy, if not fighting it. But I think he'd be better set to preventing the primal summoning. If he's gonna work with, like, tactics and strategies and all, he might be able to, like, just ruin their supplies of crystals or prevent the summoning longer, or things like that. I think it'd be better there. Astute, if I do say so myself. A few better suited to the task of averting needless bloodshed than the famously circumspect you at noon. Yeah, what are these guys' talents even? You all know my vision is somewhat lacking these days. I still defend myself when necessary, but I'd rather not come to that. The condition also leaves me rather unsuited for scouting and searching. Wasn't always the case, but such is life. On the other hand, I'd like to think I've gotten quite good at sounding out the intentions of others during negotiations and the like. Yeah, he's definitely for preventing the summoning. A keen sense for things, I see. More so than reconnaissance or battle, Shimani has a knack for working behind the scenes to see the company's goals achieved. Bangy pop, boomy zoom, fucking explodey blow up. Like, that's what Brayflox does. All the explodies. So probably hunting down the primal, or the blasphemy. Brayflox, master remaker of Illuminati treasures, offer much hand-lending with ingenuity. Foreseeing spyglass sees it far into ocean deep. Crackfires go boom and blast beasts into bitty pieces. Yep, exactly. Hunting down the blasphemy. Trying to track it and then blow it up. Logical choice if I do say so myself. Brayflox's mastery of tools and armaments are sure to avail you in tracking and felling that beast. Like, they really didn't need me to decide this. There was only 2 options, and they all know each other's talents far better than I do. So they should have just been like, I'd be best suited working here. He'd be best over there. We're good. Everyone has their assignments. Those are the choices you made are not impeccable. If I didn't know better, I think you've been leading us for years. Well, it wasn't that difficult. It was literally a, like, true-false question. It was like a 50-50 question. You know what I mean? It was a binary response. And it wasn't that hard to figure out who goes where. And with that, it's time we got to work. I procured link pearls for one and all, that we can keep each other apprised of our progress. And I picked them up from Maelstrom Command. Best be off then. Should we have need to regroup or reconsider our strategy, call for us. I'm kind of surprised that the fake member of the Company of Heroes didn't also show up to this, even if just for a joke. I return to command, and share these developments here with the Secretariat and our Sahagin friends. Do join me if you can, Commander. Oh god. Commander of the Company of Heroes. No thank you, I'm good. No, I've already got that one. Yep. Oh yeah, it was Aft Castle. I was like, wait, where's the quest sending me? Oh no, it's just over here. I was about to like head back downstairs and be like, do I need to teleport out of town or something? Alright, we should be down to about 3 more quests, I think, after this, at most. That's only if there's a quest every level. That's right. The Admiral surprised me of the situation in full. Furnish Ash with a link pearl, yes? Of course, Admiral. Boom, boom. Like, boom, boom. It would seem the company is trying to reach us. Yep, there it is. Just like the phone vibrating, basically, but in your ear. Hello there, Commander. Just give the word and I'll come running. Oh, your goddamn voice, will ya? Watch your tongue or I'll track you down and rip yours out. Yep, that's the Company of Heroes. They sound more like mortal enemies than old companions. That's where Ash comes in. I'm trusting you to whip them back into shape, make them a force to be reckoned with. I'll have the Secretariat contact you if there are any developments. I'll convey them to the entire company by link pearl, but we can't afford anyone taking reckless action. In the meantime, I'll reach out to Null and see what he has gleaned about the crushing tide in their hideout. Let's hope for good tidings, Commander. Oh boy. Too many titles. Mother's Suffering. Yeah, it looks like there may be a quest at every level, so I think 3 left before I'm done. Grave news, Ash. We just received word that Candlekeep Key is under attack. It would seem the crushing tide has struck again. The Admiral asked that you deploy the company of heroes at once. A man here will act as your signaler. Like, is this incorporating some new style of gameplay? Because so far this almost feels like I'm about to go into some sort of, like, real-time strategy game or something like that, but I seriously doubt it. Company of Heroes is awaiting your orders. It'd be kind of hilarious if you deployed the Company of Heroes like, the minion... Verminion, I think is what it's called. Right? Like, on the table and you're fighting over locations and all that. So it'd be stupid. It'd be stupid. Don't get me wrong, it'd be very stupid, but it'd be kind of weird and interesting. Candlekeep Key. We'll find an L and you at noon. It should be close by. What are your instructions? Hot-headed warrior who lives the thrill of battle. You at noon is a calm and calculating hunter. Both can serve you well. Better if you assign a task suited to their skills. Like, Landonell is well suited to driving the crushing tide away. I could see Yuad working in kind of either of these positions, but with how, like, calculating he is, it almost seems like it's smarter to have him get the residents away to safety. Calm and calculating hunter. No, they're both offensive though. They're both offensive, though. Waddle, I say hello. Hey, Akala. Chicky Waddle. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, they're both, like, offensive fighter types, though. So I think driving away the crushing tide would be better than trying to have them protect the people. Like, use his strategies and both of their combat capabilities to drive the crushing tide away. Consider it done, Commander. Oh. Oh, you issued the commands separately. I'm good. I'm just doing the role quests for the melee class in Endwalker. Okay, calm and calculating hunter. Like... I still think he's better suited to driving them. I think they're both suited to driving them away. But I don't know if this is going to be a problem if I don't send anyone to protect the residents or see them to safety. Calm and calculating. I'll see about sending him to get the residents to safety. But it just doesn't quite feel right to me. But let's see what the game says. Understood. Most of us will head there at once. I'll tell the Admiral you and the Company of Heroes are on your way. Godspeed. Alright, pop down to Morby. See how we're doing. Keep. How's it going? Doing some No Man's Sky yesterday. Oh, yeah, I've been doing some No Man's Sky. Not more recently. I've been doing a lot of Final Fantasy VII Remake and 14.
recently, but I was running some No Man's Sky about a month or two back. Even did some speed running on it. Noon and Landonell. Like, Landonell got into a fight, undoubtedly, but, ain't long enough. Nothing but playing more fishermen for me to skewer. That all, and I was just getting warmed up. Seems like everything's okay. Sentinel Interceptor ship now? Yeah, that's the newest update that was just the other day. I do want to go back into the game, even if just off stream, and mess around with all the new Sentinel stuff. Why not? The tide is already ebbed. If you follow my meaning. I'm so curious how your men carried out your orders. I don't know. Please that Landonell led the attack with his characteristic aplomb. No longer need uranium for launch fuel. Oh. Oh, that sounds nice. That sounds very nice. There are other ways that you can get, like, launch auto chargers and stuff like that. But does the Sentinel come with one built in? Because I know the Solar Sailors come with something like that built in. I didn't know that the Sentinels came with any, like, unique Sentinel tech built in that, like, recharged any of your stuff. The new ships use pugnium? Oh. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. I guess that makes sense. That the new ships use more pugnium for their resources for stuff. Since they're Sentinel ships, and since the new update means you'll probably be fighting Sentinels more often and getting a lot more pugnium and stuff like that. Interested pulling dancing among his foes with such speed and ferocity that were dizzying to watch. Yeah. Yeah, it being Sentinel tech makes perfect sense. Full use of his talents and leading the rescue effort. Not a single man, woman, or child suffered so much as a scratch. Oh, there you go. Apparently that was the right decision for me to make. I had my doubts at first, but you passed your first trial as an acting captain with flying colors. Great, but really that was a bit of a coin toss with Yuad. Like, Yuad made sense in either position, so that was really just a coin toss with him. The battle is over, I see. It is good to see the company of heroes can still live up to its name. New resource on corrupted Sentinel planets refines into pugnium as well. Well, that's good. Then you definitely have better access to it. The new resource that you're able to get from the corrupted Sentinel planets, is it something that you can farm? Is it something you can get with, like, atmosphere or miners or things like that? Or is it something you have to, like, gather yourself or fight Sentinels to get? Because if it's something you can farm, then undoubtedly people are just going to set up farms, have, like, 500,000 of it waiting for them. You have to gather it yourself? Okay. Yeah, if it was something you could farm, then you'd never run low on pugnium again, right? All the people that farm stuff anyway would, like, just set up farms for it and have tons of it waiting for them constantly. So it drops from Sentinels. That's interesting. Yeah, because you just used to get, glass and pugnium from the Sentinels. So if you're getting a new resource that refines into pugnium, that's interesting. I will be very interested to pop back onto No Man's Sky at some point. Probably like tomorrow, maybe off stream. Or hell, if I'm feeling really good on Saturday, maybe I'll even just like fire up No Man's Sky early in the day, like 9 or 10 a.m. and just like play it until raid starts later that night on 14. But it'll be interesting to see. Guessing I may have seen the name. This only can occur in what are called on dissonant systems. Is that the only... Are those the only systems where you can encounter, like, the new aggressive sentinels and sentinel worlds and things like that? Or can sentinel planets kind of spawn in any system? Or is dissonant systems treated kind of like... Is dissonant systems treated kind of like the indium engines and things like that? Like you need a special engine to jump into those systems? Mandantis, why did you target Candlekeep Key?
I spit on your questions, filthy Shawwalker.
I was hoping we might do this the easy way, but if you insist.
You would torture us. You Shawwalkers are all the same.
Normal systems don't have corrupted systems. Any star system can be dissonant. Okay. Yeah. So you need to go to a dissonant system to encounter all, like, the new Sentinel stuff. But any star system... There's Sentinels even. But you don't need, like, a special engine or anything like that to jump into the dissonant systems? Okay.
Shawwalkers are the same. Savage brutes, the lot of you. Torture? Please, we're not so uncivilized as that, my slippery friend. Brayflox's shiny treasure will have fishmen trading tongue flaps in no time.
Allow me to explain. Shimani Lamani and Brayflox are well practiced in the art of interrogation. Shimani's a sharp mind, as I'm sure you've noticed, and a knack for getting information out of uncooperative types with a minimum of fuss. Brayflox, on the other hand, her methods can be unconventional, to say the least. But it's hard to argue with the results. Well, Commander, the choice is yours to make. Well, you know, I mean, come on. We gotta choose Brayflox. Unconventional interrogation methods? Even if this is the wrong decision, like the objectively wrong decision for this choice, I don't care. It's great.
The fishman will not spit out truthy words, Brayflox treat will. Fishman spit out something else. What is this?
What did she even give to him?
So vile, this putrid, this stench.
She give him like rotted cheese or something? Of course you did.
Sweet of aged coffee cheese. Yup, aged coffee cheese is strong, yes. Makes many nose tickles and stomach turns.
A Finn friend spit something up. Alright. Though I'd rather he hadn't.
Fine. That was speed, dirty Shawwalkers. Just get that foul poison away from me.
Just stinky, stinky cheese. Again, I ask, why did you target Candlekeep Key?
Thou himself gave the order. Said we must establish a foothold in preparation for our assault on the city.
Aiming to attack Limsa Laminsa itself. With your numbers, that would be folly.
Speaker Dao commands power beyond the comprehension of you Shawwalkers.
We've dealt with Leviathan before.
You misunderstand. Speaker Dao says it is a greater power still. The very first being blessed by our Lord.
The blasphemy. Tell me where Dao is.
An island far to the south and east. There he performs the rite that will summon forth the Divine One and deliver my brothers and I to glory. Thank you for your cooperation. Suspect I was hiding out somewhere in the Sildeles. Deserted isle, most likely. I don't know much about these so-called blasphemies, but can they truly be tamed so easily? Nope. I have no evidence that they can, but we must operate under the assumption that Dao has found a way. Already a ship. Set sail for the Sildeles at once. Prepare yourselves. Meet me at the docks as soon as you're ready. Hey, as long as he didn't set up shop on my island, I'm fine with it. I'll have Shimani and Brave Flux continue their interrogation in the meantime. Our friends here might still be hiding something from us. Like, don't you take over my island sanctuary. Other than that, whatever. Women's and ferry docks. Yeah, those docks. Okay. Fisherman's Guild? Yep, that's the one. Everyone's here. Good. We make for the Sildeles in search of Dao's hideout. Our friend Null will be waiting for us there. Blasphemy 2 may be present. Be vigilant and keep your weapons at the ready. I wonder what this blasphemy even is, because we haven't given it a name yet. Oh, Commander, you have any words for your men on the eve of battle? The duty of the strong. As usual. To protect the weak. Yep. Just like their old commander would do. We meet again, Dao. Where's the blasphemy? Tell us now so we may end this madness. Not exactly what I pictured, but I mean, what? Is this really any more surprising to you than the other shit we've faced already? Speak of the bloody devil. There it is. The dread beast I saw beneath the waves. The source of our woes. I mean, this is early for a fight with the blasphemy. Okay, good. Echo. The Echo. Of all times. I mean, it's always at the worst possible times. Wow, it's aggressive. Defend the commander. Like, I'm trying to resist it and it's hitting me more. The Echo is usually a pretty quick thing. At least it seems like it. Every time you go into the Echo in a cutscene, you come out and it seems like a second or two has passed. It never seems like you're just sitting there for 10 minutes. Yeah. It was the queen, wasn't it? That makes perfect sense. That, like, she was ill and, oh my god, the shore walkers are gonna say, blah blah blah, I'm gonna die, blah blah whatever, and then she just gave in and became the beast. I bring grave tidings, my queen. The wretched shore walkers poison the minds of my spawn brothers with false words and foul magics. Our poor beguiled brethren renounce Lord Leviathan and name him a false god. They treat with Limsa Laminsa, and some even call for an alliance. We must summon him, that the lost might receive of his blessing anew. This I would gladly do had our stock of crystals not run dry. Spawning time is nearly upon us, yet you fight and bicker amongst yourselves. How am I to birth a new brood when my children grown stand divided? Who dares enter the sacred chamber? Forgive my intrusion, Queen Mother. I speak for the Sahagin who seek an accord with the Shore Walkers. New age is upon us. We needn't turn to false gods, nor foment bitterness and bloodshed in our precious spawning grounds. The Shore Walkers have changed. They endeavor to understand, to share these lands with us, that they may have peace, and we our spawning grounds. Would this be true? Lies! Lies! Do not be deceived by that one's delusions, my queen. He is a heathen who has strayed from Lord Leviathan's light. The Shore Walkers are oath breakers, now and forevermore. As they extend one hand in friendship, they clutch a dagger in the other. We are beasts in their eyes, deserving of naught but slaughter. Oh, for a blessed moment, I felt the faintest touch of hope. But you are right, they are demons and we are damned.
So he basically drove her to despair.
Oh, for woe. My poor children have lost their faith. Their minds poisoned by lies. They turn away from the Lord of the world and cast their lot with the enemy. 'Tis so, my queen. 'Tis so. We will have no choice but to abandon our sacred spawning grounds and sink into the ocean's floor to rot and decay. Thou, dearest of my children, do tell them that we have no future. How can I bring new life into this world, knowing that my brood will have their hearts
blah blah blah? Thank you, game. Every time.
Okay. What is happening? Please, my queen, you must calm yourself. Such power, such beauty, a blessing from Lord Leviathan himself.
Sure, pal. How's everybody doing? Yeah, I think this is the first time the Echo has ever actually taken, like, a prolonged period of time in cutscene.
This is blasphemy, huh? I can see what all the fuss was about. Have your wits about you. Good. If you can fight, now is the time. Strike now, my queen! Send the Shore Walkers and their honorless leader to her death! Huh? What is she summoning?
Oh, don't fight her in water, basically. Oh, no. No, it wasn't just water. Because those Sahagin were standing on dry land and they got shocked too. Okay. That's gonna need to be interrupted, I'm guessing.
What's happening? I can't feel my legs. Why, Mother? Are we not your children too?
Not anymore, you're not.
Damn it, we can't weather another blow like that last. Blammo!
Yeah, did the commander come back? That's who I'm assuming that gun-toting dude in the pictures was. This can be like the actual commander of the company of heroes.
It's only when the Seven Hills just happened. I'll be damned if I'm go down without a fight. Steady. Beast is feeding on our ether. We'll not survive a head-on fight. Landau, Lord, remember the company stratagem when we're faced with overwhelming odds.
Poof! Get the hell out. Retreat! Retreat! Let's get ourselves the bloody hells out of here! I do like the company of big, brave heroes that face off against primals. It's like the great company motto and stratagem for overwhelming odds. Fucking flashbang! Run away! Run away like little girls! That sounds about right. Hi. How you doing? I assume you're the commander of the company of heroes, but whatever. Yeah, that was way too early for us to face the blasphemy. We're like 2 quests too early.
Damn it all. We have better luck holding back the tide. How goes it, friends? This is what I would normally ask, but judging from the muttered cursing, I gather it didn't go all that well. We barely escaped with our lives. I think the damn beast had the power to stop us in our tracks. Literally. What do we do now? What do we know of the creature's origins? Was it once a Sahagin, as you suspected? That's the queen. Mayhap the echo afforded Ashran some insight. Dao's villainy knows no bounds, sowing seeds of despair in our Queen Mother's heart, that she might transform into that monstrosity. She was the first to turn, and there was nothing deliberate about it. Still, it's clear that his words served as a catalyst. If we kill the blasphemy, it'll be tantamount to killing the Sahagan's queen. It's not gonna endear us to them one bit. I cannot turn my spear against the mother who birthed me, let alone take her life.
Dude, she's gone. Do you want her to be what she is now? You want her to be eating her own children?
Out of curiosity, did anyone see who fired that shot? If not for them, we'd all be dead. I know not, but we must formulate a plan, and quickly. My scouts tell me that the blasphemy has left the island, and now roams the open sea. I'll order them to continue the search. In the meantime, we must find a means to overcome the beast's formidable offense. Leave that to us. Time and again we've used our wits and experience to triumph over the longest odds. To defeat your enemy, first you must know your enemy. Tell me, Commander, what do you reckon was the most valuable knowledge we gleaned from our initial encounter?
I don't think it matters that much that it's the Sahagan Queen. That means a lot, like, politically, but tactically, not so much. The ability to absorb ether, though, that's interesting.
I concur. Now that we know how the beast disables its foes, we can use this knowledge to devise a proper defense against it. Well, that's not all we've learned. The blasphemy can maneuver through the water, it also frequents caves and the like. Our best chance of defeating it would be in such a place. Our only chance, I dare say. I'll send scouts to identify any and all the large caverns and coastal areas that could serve as shelter for a massive creature. To ensure the safety of our people, and to have any hope for peace with the Sahagin, this is a battle that we must win. All your strength and wisdom will be needed in the days to come. Dismissed. Your mother wouldn't want to exist like this, dude. She's eating her own children. I know that doesn't make it, like, easier on him, but it should at least clear things up. Come, let us share our findings with the Maelstrom. We're doing pretty good. I think I do have 2 quests left. We've seen what the blasphemy is capable of ourselves. It is more plain to me than ever that it must be slain. Reach out to all trade ships entering and departing Limsa. Inform them that any sightings of the blasphemy are to be reported to Maelstrom Command at once. Understood, but given the beast's abilities, how do you intend to overcome it? I trust that the company of heroes and Ash, experienced primal slayers all, will find a way. And yet I would leave no resource untapped. There's one more whose expertise I would call upon, if he'd agree. Even Whisket is at a loss to his former commander's whereabouts, but mayhap Einzar could offer some guidance. No doubt you're still fatigued from the battle with the blasphemy. Pray rest while you're able. When we're ready to take further action, it'll hear from me. Till then, take care. Einzar. Yep, see, 89. Out of Shadows. Yeah, so this is going to be bringing back the commander, who I'm guessing is who that guy is. And then 90 will be fighting the beast. Sure. I wish I had better news for you, but the blasphemy continues to elude us. Can you hear me, Commander? This is Westgate. I have an idea how we might be able to take down the blasphemy. Meet me in Costa del Sol as soon as you're able. Well, that sounds promising. I'll tell the Admiral you'll be away for a bit. Godspeed and stay safe out there. Whew. I need another drink of water. These Sahagins are killing my vocal cords. Oh, finish that bottle. I should be good for the rest of the stream today. There's only 2 quests left. And then maybe I'll grab a fresh bottle of water. Wait a second. This one. No, that's this one. Sorry, just taking care of something off stream for a moment.
turn that one off for now. I'm gonna turn that one off like permanently for the moment. That should be good. There. Right? Yes, good. Just messing with some behind the scenes stuff real quick. Apologies for having you come all this way, Act. Ever since our encounter with the blasphemy, I've been racking my brain to find a way to deal with its debilitating attack. Sadly, I come up empty-handed, and my companions found no better. When I started thinking, if only our finest was still with us. I always had a knack for noticing what the rest of us missed. His eyes were so sharp. He could spot a foe's weakness with a single glance. It's thanks to him that we were able to slay both Leviathan and Titan, and live to tell the tale. Rob is, well, he's a bit eccentric. And yes, I know you could say that about all the company members. Unlike us, he prefers to work from the shadows. Truth be told, I've not seen him since the day we disbanded. Doubt he'd help his old comrades even if we asked, but an order from the company's acting commander would be a different story. Oh, so is this not the former commander? It's just an extra member of the company of heroes that they never really talk about because he never really hangs out with them. In our heyday, we had a way of reaching him. Whistle at the forked road, and sooner or later he'd show himself. Didn't matter when, winter or summer, broad daylight or dead of night, he'd always be watching from afar. With any luck, he still is now. Rambled on enough. Go on now. This may be our best and only hope. Whistle at the forked road. At the forked road. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good description for it. Huh. Boring whistle. Like, so, meh. I was enjoying my retirement. Where'd you have to go, bloody whistle? Hello. Call me Lorenz. I'm the company's resident sharpshooter. At least I was in my day. No need to tell me who you are. I've been watching you for quite some time. Don't get the wrong idea. Just curious how my former mates are faring. As curious as folks were about me, though. First Whiskat, then old Miss Beard himself. As if those codgers could ever catch me. Now here's the storied hero summons me forth. No need to say why. You're gonna ask me to help you take down the blasphemy. Have you forgotten the duty of the strong? Never could refuse when someone trotted out those hackneyed words. So tell me, acting commander, what specific duty would you task me with? Trust you do have a plan. So you need a way to neutralize the beast's most potent attack. I can tell you like getting up close and personal with your foes. Yeah, it makes sense that they're saying shit like that considering this is the melee role quest. So you'll be needing support from a distance. Who do you suppose might be best suited to that role? Merle Webb and her twin muskets can handle the job. They could, but I'm guessing the game wants me to say him. Damn right.
Eyes among the keenest in the realm, as you've doubtless heard from Waistcoat. Pure marksmanship, none in limps the Admiral's equal, yet Malvib's ill-suited for a supporting role. Not for lack of skill, of course, but rather, come to think of it, there's something you should know. Follow me. Well, what am I doing here? Man, being back over here just reminds me that I've left the warrior class like abandoned for probably like 6 months or more now. I just haven't touched it for months and months. Maybe even closer to a year. Quite the view, wouldn't you say? Often come here to admire the sea. If you would, indulge me of a moment and I'll spin you a yarn. Just try not to doze off. Back in piracy's golden age, the League of Lost Bastards ruled the Rotano. I was one of them, as was Malvib, led by none other than an old man, Bluffersin. Most feared captain on the high seas. Feared by his enemies, that is. Stern and unforgiving though he was, he took me under his wing and showed me the ropes. He was like a father to me, to us all, till that fateful day. It was in the year 1562, 6 Astralera. The midst of merchantmen were struggling with my constant raids by the Sargon. Around this time, Bufus had yielded the day-to-day leadership of the bastards to Melvin. His pride and joy. She was still growing into the role, though. Everyone knew the old captain was still calling the shots. El Bluffus had a noble streak, he did. Ordered us to defend the traders from the fishbacks. Melvin led the effort, and we fought day after day to keep the seas safe. Fighting was fierce. We always came out of it in one piece. Until we didn't. Till after a skirmish, a Sahagin survivor with his last breath summoned forth the Lord of the War. The great beast toppled our masts and cracked the keel like an egg. We clambered aboard the merchantman as our own ship sank. Not to do but wait for the end. But then comes Bluffus and his bleeding flotilla out of nowhere to pull us out of the fire. And he did. But the League of Lost Bastards would never be the same again. Even though we'd escaped with our lives, we soon discovered that Captain Bluffus, our iron-willed, unwavering leader, had fallen under Leviathan's thrall. Oh yeah, they do talk about this story from time to time. It's been so long since I heard it, though, that I've forgotten. Because in those days, we didn't know much about drowning or tempering. Didn't know what to make of our captain, as he grew more haggard by the day. His words devolving into crazed rambling. And one day he vanishes, taken off with half our men. Long after, a band of pirates calling themselves Serpent Reavers began taking prizes in the Indigo Deep, alongside the Sargon. At the helm was none other than Captain Bluffus, who cast his lot with the fishbacks. Melvin knew what had been done. To her credit, she didn't shirk from the deed. She acted quickly, sneaking off under cover at night with a skeleton crew, without so much as telling me. Of course, that didn't stop me from stowing myself in the cargo hold and joining her on the voyage. She's none too happy to see me at first. Wanted to leave me out of it, she said. Seeing as I made myself known when she was struggling to fend off a horde of reavers and fishbacks, it wasn't hard to win her over. Twin muskets fell in one after the next. My sharpshooting skills kept us safe. From afar, we cut a path to the center of the isle. It was there we found Bluffus. Rather the miserable wretch he'd been reduced to. All bones, a skin shriveled in a tangled mat of white hair. Eyes bulging from his head like a fish as he prayed out to the Lord of the World. I've challenged him to a duel. Their memory must have flickered in his drowned mind. Re-accepted. So with only me there to witness, Malweb ended her father's life. The lost bastards would have lived up to its name if it weren't for Malweb. She assumed full command and restored us to our former glory. Not long after, she triumphed in the Trident and was named Chief Admiral Limsa Laminsa. I don't think back on that day. Seeing her charge into battle, muskets blazing. That seemed reckless to some, but that's how Captain Bluffless taught her. And she knows no other way. So I made it my job to support her from the shadows. There's a role in which I'll happily serve again. I owe that much to old man. My only doubt was whether you, my friend, were worthy of commanding me. But watching you from afar has answered that question. I told Westcott and the rest of my no-good companions that Lorenz stands with them. Hey, Kit. How you doing? Oh my god! It's a wild Kit! What's you been up to lately? Anything interesting? Oh, Vor! Yes! Great. Cousin Fires, like always. How are you? I am mostly good. I'm tired as hell because I just got finished. Was it last stream or was it a stream last week? Talking about having like screwed up my sleep schedule, and I really need to get it back on track and get myself back to like sleeping at the right times and waking up at the right times. And then I stayed up all night last night. So, you know. I don't think this stream's going to make it to 3 hours. I think I'm going to finish up the role quests and then probably can't turn the stream off like right when I'm done with them, because I'm already reaching the point where I'm like about to pass out in my chair. So I'm going to get some rest after I'm done with these role quests. I've only got like 2 of them left. Grabs Kessler. So what am I hearing is that you need some help. Oh man. Plus, I never realized just how aggressively Sahagin these role quests were gonna be here. Like, my vocal cords are kind of fucked at this point. So that's another thing, I just want to rest when I'm done. Lorenz, show himself. There's a surprise. Come over and give you a smack. Some hope your words might reach him. But never did I imagine he would agree so readily. Just one more thing, Ash. I'd appreciate it if you didn't mention Lorenz's involvement to the company. Lionel in particular. They'll find out soon enough regardless. At any rate, this gives us new hope in our battle against the blasphemy. All that remains is to set the snare and lure the beast into our clutches. Scouts are on the lookout for the creature as we speak. If the latest reports are to be believed, we're drawing closer. With that, I'd best get back to it. I trust you to report these latest developments to the Maelstrom. And until we meet again, Commander. This should be the last one. Once I turn this quest in, I should be on the level 90 quest. Going after the blasphemy. And that will deal with 4 out of the 5 role quests. All I have left after this one is... Caster. summoner. Yeah. I don't think that's going to be next week. That'll probably be the week after next. Finishing up all the summoner quests and then running the role quest with it. Search for the blasphemy continues, though. I understand you've been carrying out an entirely different investigation. A marksman by the name of Lorenz, eh? The Admiral will be pleased. Of course, we won't have much call for his skills till the blasphemy's found. Rest well and prepare yourself as necessary in the meantime. Lorenz. Why does that ring a bell? Probably because he fought side by side with the Admiral for many, many years. Visibly dismayed. To calmer seas. And also now the picture that all these quests have had on the quest dialogue makes much more sense, with Lorenz like standing back to back with the Admiral. Despite our best efforts, the blasphemy continues to elude us. For the time being, we... Sorry to interrupt, but I have an incoming communication from Westgate. Amanda, we snared ourselves a blasphemy. We've our erstwhile companion Real to thank. Knowing that the creature was once the Sahagan queen, he kept a close eye on the spawning grounds. Oh yeah, Real was a Company of Heroes member. I always forget that, because he's a Scion now. Sure enough, he spied a massive black shadow moving beneath the water not long ago. After receiving word, Shimani Lamani directed the Maelstrom warships in the vicinity to herd the beast with cannon fire into the Sestasha Sea Grot. Ooh, Sestasha. Isolated as the Sea Grot is, we can engage our foe without putting small folk at risk. Any words for your men, Commander? Company of Heroes, assemble! I'm good at that one. Avengers, assemble! Proceed blindly, and it will go as poorly for you as it did the first time. Huh. Knowing you, I'm sure you'll show up just in time to see me deal the killing blow. Now, can we not save our vitriol for the quarry, which I've lured to the perfect spot that is now waiting patiently for all of you to put it out of its misery? Red Gabi booms blast over big blasphemy into bitty pieces. Motley or crew you'll never find, but we'll serve you well when the battle is joined. Believe you me. This is Melvin. This is Thancred. This is Melvin. Already a warship at once. Assemble outside the wench once you've all seen to your preparations. So the time's come. I'll pray for your victory. Ooh, yeah, I get tired. Oh man, right into the duty. That's interesting. I was gonna smack you after the cutscene. Is that? I didn't even notice you were there. Since I keep most names turned off. That's right. The others should be along soon. 90, I level 550. Blasphemy is still contained within the Sestasha Sea Grot. There it will meet its end, Navigator willing. Looked like my brothers and I could join you in the fight. And yet, blasphemous though it may be, that beast was once our mother. I understand now. Forgive us for what we must do. Whether that means to reverse the transformation, we would do all in our power to bring your mother back. Sadly, there is nothing left for her to save. For the future of the Sahagan and Lim's elements are alike, the blasphemy must be laid to rest. And when the deed is done, I will bring your brothers, even the crushing tide, aboard the great ship we call Roadway. I do not want to slay your mother. This thing she has become, a mindless beast who would enslave and kill her own, is an affront to the memory of who she was. It is not her. It's not. Remember this always. You must. I'm going to ask you to shoulder the burden of matricide. When the time comes to strike the final blow, I will do the deed. Fadman, all you say is true, and yet... Commander, sighted a group of fishbacks, crushing tide most like, heading straight for the Seagraw. You best make your way there, and fast. It's nice to hear from Real again. Time to move out then. Any words for your men before we set sail? Over dying on me out there. That new commander sounded more and more like the old one. Gotta wait till you get back to Smacky. Yep. I think I'm zoned into an instance. Enough talk. It's time to show the realm that the company of heroes hasn't lost a step. Aye! We stand a better chance of slipping past the crushing tide if we split up. Ash and I will go together, while the rest of you take a different route. Let us brook no further delays. To Sastasha! You're even in your Lala form for it. My greeting. I beg of you, pray show your loyal son mercy. Nope. She doesn't care, dude. Let's just stomp. Oh, nice. Well, we won't have to deal with that asshole anymore. Blasphemy, the Indigo Beast. This one is so much less personal than, like, all the others. Lala dancing next to you is me. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I figured that was you, even though I didn't see the name tag, because you were talking about hanging out and waiting to bonk me. Like, yeah, this one's so much less personal. Literally, it's called the Indigo Beast. All the other ones had actual, like, character names. What's left of him? Tao, why would our queen do such a thing? It is as the shore walkers say. What we thought was a blessing is in truth a terrible curse. Aura, we must away at once. And leave the shore walkers to face our queen mother alone? No, I will stand with them. You mustn't sully your hands with the blood of your mother. Go and be with your kin. Go! Forgive me. I think I got a little sip left in there. I was beginning to think you'd wandered off a cliff, Lorenz. Nice to say it like that. I prefer to think of myself as fashionably late. I love that they still haven't given Merylvib like an actual class. She still just keeps pulling out two guns. But enough talk, it comes.
It comes. Hopefully not. I don't want to see that. Alright, what are we doing here? So there's nothing special with Lorenz being here. No, like, duty actions or anything like that. Here it comes. We're counting you, Lorenz. Leave it to me. And... an enemy's weakness escapes my axe. Alright. One shot here. Interesting. Huh. Alright, there we go. Oh boy. What is it that was? I reckon you could do it too, Acting Commander. Yeah, but I'm not, Oof. Oh, this is rough. Oh, that's rough. Even moving as fast as I could. Hey, Classics.
Your party of heroes can't stop me.
Spoiler? Is you, baby.
Oh. Oh, God. 100% parried? What? Oh, crap. Wrong side. Oh, that's screwed that up. That's gonna leave a lot of them behind now that I did that. Welcome in, Raiders. You got here just in time for like the end of the... Oh, God. Okay, let's just focus on this. Got here just in time for the end of the role quests. Okay, yeah, I know how that works. I've seen that one before. Whew. A lot of damages. Need some flex tape? Yeah. Oh, wait, this has no positionals? How do you... That's interesting. Warm wind? Okay. Ooh. Okay, Lorenz seems to be doing even worse than I am, actually. Which is saying something, because I'm doing real bad here. Full roll earlier, Endwalker second trial. There's a lot of questions and sus players in that group. Use a full roll. Huh. Just not a good run, basically. Oh look, I finally got my first Nostron. Boom! Meh. It's okay. Have more enemy than the off tank. Oh god, I hate when that happens. Wait, what's this one? Oh, Stardiver. Ooh, that happens rarely, man. Wait, my Nastron is lasting? Oh, it lasts for the entire timer. That's interesting. Let's get... Hey everyone. Let's go ahead and just clear all this stuff up. You had more enmity than the off as a healer? Oh my god.
Tank stances, please. Be good.
You're in my sights.
This is gonna be the big one, right? Oh no, that's just the wheels. I am going here, and then I need to go here, and then I need to go here. I read that one pretty well, actually. Surprisingly quickly as well. Oh, he actually didn't drop a flare on me at all. Oh. Astron. Give me all the Astron. Oh, it's this. Yeah, I don't want to be in the center, though. Let's go. What am I doing? Oh god, it doesn't seem like it's losing much health at all, honestly. Okay, just kill them all. I'm seriously not gonna... It's annoying when they won't move and gather up. Okay, everyone get inside there, it looks like. Interesting. Once again, steal yourselves. Or they're putting rehab down on a bunch of us. Oh. Ow. Everyone's down. Ether go blast this entire island. We better what the... And how? With what? Who? When? Huh? Aha! The Sahagin. Good. The Sahagin showed up. Alright, let's clear all these out.
The winds favor us.
Is this like a DPS check? 'Cause I don't think we're gonna get there before it finishes.
I will not yield.
There we go. That'll do it. Yeah, I was losing a lot more health because there were so many of us attacking it. Okay, so we were able to do the DPS check because they brought in a bunch of ballistas and stuff too. Anywho. Holy crap, that was a while. Welcome in, raiders. Thank you for the raid, classics, and everyone. I'm just finishing up the melee roll quest now. And then I'm probably going to be done with my stream for the night. Because I need to get some food and do some errands and get some rest and all that stuff. We'll be back on Saturday and Sunday for raid nights. So I don't know what we're doing with that now that the tier has unlocked.
That'll be interesting. Still not sure what we're doing for that. Now the tier's unlocked. Anyway. What did you get up to lately, Classics?
And
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Just walking off Ozma's ledge. Uh-huh. God, that shit happens all the time to me. Go ahead and snooze these for now. Alright. Oh, man. I'm not asking you for your forgiveness, but this I promise. You will be remembered for the mother you were. Yep. This one, this screen. Admiral, I have no words. Big problem when the healer are more aggro than the off tank. Uh-huh. It's a big problem when anybody has more aggro than the off tank. One little slip up and there goes your whole party. Our Queen Mother returns to the depths in eternal slumber. With your strength, you could have crushed us easily. Why did you spare our lives? The beasts and blasphemies are born from the despair in our hearts. But no more. I would break the cycle. Though Tao may have been blind to it, I believe in a future where Sahagin and Laminson live in harmony. And then you got fully into the trial. I got a phone call saying I have to drop my kid off somewhere. Oh wow, the universe just really doesn't want you to bonk me, does it? Still, there was a WoW player at first. Easy way to know. It's those that quit after the first wipe. Oh, yeah. Those that immediately are gone after one wipe. It's like, oh look, it's someone from WoW. That's cute. Even after losing who she was, your queen made for your spawning grounds, and it's there she drew her last breath. When your next queen is crowned, I know that she will have a safe place to raise her young. Oh, know that she will. Once you've selected a suitable location, Limsa Laminsa will recognize and honor your claim. Hitting all the red lights. Oh, God. Promise for which we are grateful, Admiral. But what of the other peoples of Vilbrand? Kobolds are open to the idea. The details will need to be negotiated, but I am confident we can reach an agreement. Sahagin, Kobold, and Laminson alike yearn to abide in peace. We can make it so. I have never fought alongside shore walkers before, but I must say, it felt good. We have fought our neighbors for generations, as one us only suffering and tragedy. I beg of you, lay down your spears. It will take time and effort to bridge the gulf between our peoples, but bridge it we shall. She's not letting you sneak away, buddy. Just say we have a lot of talking to do as well, don't we, Commander Lorenz? Oh, so he was their commander. He's literally just trying to shirk his duties, which is why he disappeared after the last fight. Landina, If you just allow me to explain. So he was their commander and he just got bored of it and didn't want to be in charge anymore. That makes perfect sense. For a member of the Company of Heroes, that makes perfect sense. It's like, well, the primals aren't really coming around anymore, so I'm just gonna sneak away one night and not tell anyone anything and get out of here before they make me do the boring work of being in charge. Let's be off before they drag us into this mess. It was interesting. Like, I've liked most of the role quests for Endwalker so far. All I have left is the caster role quests. Again, I think like 2 weeks from now. I will say this set of role quests was less personal on the Blasphemy's end. Like, we didn't get the Blasphemy's name, we got her title. And it wasn't someone we, like, met before or was important to some character that we knew. It was just, like, tangentially related to the Sahagins themselves. Right? But the story itself was very personal. Like, this was bringing back together the Company of Heroes and finding their commander and all this weird, like, interconnected stuff with him and Merylvib and all this backstory stuff and all that. Was really interesting. So, Commander. Perfect timing, acting Commander. You must save me from this bloodthirsty bastard. Well, Lorenz, let's hear your excuse. It better be a good one. Why in the seven hells were you skulking about in the shadows while we did all the dirty work? Like you lott'd be any happier if I'd shown myself sooner. I can hear your whinging now. What, you didn't think we could handle this on our own? Aye, I'd be bloody furious regardless. Don't think I've forgotten what happened, or rather didn't happen, on the day of our duel. Our duel. Even though the future of the company hung in the balance, I waited and waited and waited some goddamn more, and still you never turned up. I've got you now, and I will have satisfaction. Even Lorenz penchant for late arrivals, I couldn't help but worry too. To say he caught it fine would be an understatement. Not by choice as usual. My scouts observed him roaming near Costa del Sol not long ago. Seem our commander's woeful sense of direction isn't improved in the least. Honestly surprised you never realized, Landonel, that was to blame for his extreme tardiness. That the commander did indeed arrive at the agreed upon location for your duel after the sun had risen and set a half-dozen times. Oh, of course he did. A terrible sense of direction. Navigator, take me. Shimani promised you would stay between the two of us. Brave Flux, you have a kind word or two for your old commander, don't you? Commander Lorenz, Commander no more. New commander, friend to Gavi's everywhere. Does many sweat works for Gavi kind. Brave Flux is like, fuck you, I got a new commander and I like him more. And there I thought you were too much of a coward to face me in battle. Come now, Landonel. You know me better than... Then it's settled. We fight here and now. On your guard. Put that thing down, I say. You could hurt someone with that. I believe he was once the glue that held this merry band together.
That's right, if you hadn't realized the obvious, Lorenz is our former commander. Forgive me for not stating it plainly sooner. Didn't want you to think we doubted your leadership. I would have been fine with it, I don't care. He's got his quirks, but as you saw, he's a force of nature on the battlefield. Oh, it's your friendship. If you aren't going to be stabbed, then it's not friendship. Yep. You're not about to be impaled, then it's not real friendship, is it? Anyhow, I think we can all say your stint as acting commander has been a rousing success. I reckon it's about time you gave your final order. Everybody get drunk and go party.
Company of Heroes band break once more. Brave blocks never like partying with gobby friends.
Here, here. I may have my complaints, but when we're together, a good fight's never far away.
You hardly need a company or commander to get you that. Should limbs again be imperiled, there's nothing stopping us from rising to the occasion. Till then, you're all strong enough in your own right. Why not serve the weak in your own ways? Shirks all the duties. Like, I'm not leading this. It's so pathetic.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. Do I listen to what every one of them is getting up to?
Quite the turn of duty. But all good things must come to an end. Any parting words before we go our separate ways?
Give Gagarusian my best.
Finally, I can enjoy some semblance of peace again. At least as much peace as a man can enjoy waiting hand and foot on the Lord Costa del Sol. May have been rough sailing at times, but I rather enjoyed serving under you, acting commander. Well, if you've something to say, then let's hear it.
Put in the whalers and keep the murder into a minimum. Back to the whalers. All good, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
As if you needed to tell me. I enjoyed the diversion. I know as well as any that my true place is in Gridania, leading a respectable life. May not have been the perfect commander, but what was my witness? I hope you fight by your side again. Farewell.
I wonder why they're all saying I wasn't the perfect commander. I wonder if that decision to use Brayflux as stinky cheese is like one decision variable that made it like not perfect or something. Because I think most of the orders I give ended up sounding like they were the best possible outcome.
I await your orders, Commander.
After the you, Brave Moon. Brave Moon.
Brave Moon.
Shake, oh no.
I have responsibilities. I thrive at once for my guidance and protection. I can ill afford to tarry here much longer. Nevertheless, it is with some regret that I take my leave. For all their faults, of which they have many, they are my companions, and I will miss them.
Building where they are supposed to meet is locked and no one has a key. Oh god. Great. The new post yesterday on Lodestone. Yesterday? No, I don't think I did. New posts on Lodestone. Come on, just let me in. Stupid game. Let's plan another day to smack you with a skillet then. Oh, I'll see you some other time, Kit. He'll bonk me. Phoenix. Official. Jesus Christ, come on, lodestone 14. The lodestone. The fan kit got updated. It was also the result of the housing contest furniture. Yesterday. April 6th, April 5th. Known issues. Furnishing design contest. Banquet. PvP action icons and crafter gather actions. Icons have been updated to reflect patch 6.3. Wait, how so to reflect patch 6.3? Crystalline Conflict Season 5 is drawn to a close. I never did get that outfit, but I can't stand PvP long enough to get that outfit. Woo! Thank you, Kit, for the 10 biddies. Thank you very much. It sounds like on the fan kit, literally just some action icons got updated. View and agree to materials, usage license, download the fan kit, blah 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 blah. Don't care enough. And furnishing design, I don't care too much, because I don't really do housing stuff too much. It's interesting, and I'm sure some of the people in my FC will be very happy for it. So what? There. Sorry, just a message from a friend. Thank it. Look at the wallpaper. Monk is pretty good. Oh, I'll have to take a look at that then. Monk Endwalker. Oh. Corgo 1, Corgo 1, Corgo 1, Corgo 1, Corgo 1. Oh man. Some regret that I will miss them. Yeah. Oh crap, it ran an ad. Jesus Christ. God damn it, Twitch. I sometimes hate you. You know, I think Yuad Noon might be the very first cat boy I've ever seen who actually, like, rolls his R's that way. Give please. Give please explosion. Well, let's hear it, Commander. You owe me a bottle of your finest Bacchus. That is weird that they gave Yuad Noon the, like, he rolls his R's like a cat purring almost. He's like the first Mikote I think I've ever seen that they had extended, like, rolled R's in his dialogue. That this is post-Endwalker stuff. Indeed, indeed. I mean to return to the wine port as soon as I've tied up a few final loose ends here. Although I think you could talk to Yuad just by going to Forgotten Springs, I think it's called. And I think you can talk to him in general. I wonder if he's always done that, and I just didn't really notice because I never go there or talk to him. Speaking of wine, I've always preferred the older vintages. Left to sleep in their barrels for many a summer. They come out tasting better than ever. We might say the same about our own company. Reflux wants busy works. Reflux awaits Uplanders lip flaps. No more cheese wars, please. Reflux feels heavy heart, but accepts Uplander's bossy words. Reflux had good times and happy feels with gobby friends, but good times will come again, and when they do, new broomsticks will bring blasty doom with much fastness. Reflux. Oh, no cheese wars, ruin all the fun. And on that note, I ought to be on my way. Slipping away again, are we? You are a creature of habit.
I resented you for it at the time, you know? But I think I understand now. Better to shun fame and not serve as an example for glory seekers too eager to fight and too quick to die. You're overthinking it. I'm a creature of whimsy. A man who lets the tailwind carry him where it will. But more importantly, this new age belongs to new blood. I've had my day in the sun. If you succeed in brokering peace with the beastmen, there'll be no need to worry about primals. And the company can go into permanent retirement. And I can say I did right by the old man. If you hadn't been there for us, I don't know if I could have pulled the trigger. Furniture's is a bed so big it needs a larger house. It's interesting. That just reminds me of the bed mount and how it constantly pisses off the members of my FC that it's not a multi-person mount. Thank you, Lorenz, brother. But I did nothing. It was you who shouldered Captain Blowfist's burden, and that of the entire league. Sorry, Melvin. I know it hasn't been easy for you. I dare say you've worked hard enough. Maybe us company folk aren't the only ones in need of a retirement. But I've said too much. Lorenz holding his tongue. Gods, you have changed. But yes, my greatest test as Admiral still lies ahead, as we steer the great ship Vilbrin towards a new future. You truly are your father's daughter. Depicted with a Vera next to it to show the size. It's taller than the Vera. Wait, it's taller than the Vera? Like, standing up or laying in its normal position, it's taller than the Vera. Because that's insane if it's taller than a Vera while it's, like, laying flat. You my thanks, too. I say you did almost both. You did almost as good a job at keeping my men to task as I could have. Call it a hunch, but something tells me our paths may cross again. Forgive me if I carry on like I've never seen you before. Not unlike my old friend Miss Beard, I prefer to keep my past in the past. I probably will see a lot of these people again, because I'm sure there's a post-role quest thing. There was one in Shadowbringers as well. Once you finish all the role quests, there's a bigger, like, story beat after that. I just need to get there. I just need to finish up with Summoner in a couple of weeks, and then I should have access to it. Blasphemy is no more, but we will never know lasting peace until the crushing tide agrees to lay down their arms. It will be a daunting task, but as we saw in Sestasha, they are not beyond reason. I will do all in my power to see that your efforts and the sacrifices of my brothers were not in vain. Oh, holy crap. Okay, so the bed isn't really taller than them, but the whole stupid, like, design is. That is insane. This giant, like, shrubbery fountain with a bed on top of it, like an altar. That is crazy. I dig the bed. I see your efforts to sacrifice my brothers were not in vain. Forgive us. Even after being freed from the false god's thrall, we clung to our hateful beliefs. It was easier to hearken to Speaker Dao's every word and turn a blind eye to the harsh truth. Easier and cowardly. I will return and speak with my brothers of the crushing tide. I will tell them of our Queen Mother's sacrifice and the vision of hope you have shared with us. I ask only that you give us time and trust us to make our own decisions. You have my word. If you would not be averse, let us return to the spawning grounds together.
I'm just gonna keep fucking snoozing these ads. You pricks.
Venture, I have no words to express my gratitude to you. I will repay you.
The other furniture, there's a lot of great ideas.
The only way I know how. By doing my part to usher in an age where Shorewalker and Sahagin stand as one.
Jesus, I have to talk to everybody. So much that they picked 153 winners in this con. Jesus, man. That's a lot.
Just us now, it would seem. Ever since we achieved a measure of peace with the kobolds, I prayed that this day would come. Though it is, of course, only a beginning. Negotiations must be held and words exchanged in earnest will invariably lead to flared tempers and bruised egos. But such things always accompany meaningful progress. The history of Vilbrand is one of bloodshed, but we have the power to change our ways. After all, it's clear we're united by our similarities.
United more by our similarities. Okay. Our similarities than we are divided by our differences. Jesus, that's a weirdly phrased sentence.
I'll share what I've seen of the Sahagin with my fellow Laminsons, and listen closely to their doubts and concerns. There must be a harmony not foisted upon them from above, but one which they aspire to of their own free will. No doubt Noah and his brothers feel the same. Again, you've come to Limsa's aid, my aid, at a time we needed it most. When we next meet, I hope 'twill not be as admiral in adventure, but as friends, map trading war stories over ales at the Wench. For now, I must return to my duties. Drafting reports and decrees is hardly the most exciting part of my role, but it is a necessary one. If you happen to pass through Han, pray share your exploits with our delegate there. Doubtless he'll be interested to hear your first-hand account.
Better be going to bed after this. I will eventually. I need to like clip and tweets and then grab some food, and then I'll probably hit the bed for a few hours at least.
One day I will lay down these muskets of mine for good. But not yet, Father. Not yet.
I'll go mom mode on you. Go mom mode on you.
Back to Rads.
One of these days I need to just leave the game logged in like the entire day and do other stuff, but then hop back on like every couple of hours to just go ocean fishing with collectibles and stuff, because I want a bunch of white scripts. And there are consistent ways to gain white scripts with gathering, like at all times you're off gathering some white script things, but you get so much during ocean fishing that I just don't really care about the other methods. Purple's a little more of a pain in the ass, because you can't get those ocean fishing, you have to go out and actually farm those.
That's right. Your turn. Pray tell, what news from my homeland? Extraordinary. And a chance at peace with the Sahagin? These are heartening tidings indeed. Without a doubt you've helped dispel the pall of despair that once hung over all Vilbrand. Our people now bask in newfound hope. We share the news with the others. How glad will they be to hear that the threat to Limbs of Laments is no more. Thank you again, my friend. Job-specific gear, blah, blah, blah. More than loss. To calmer seas. Okay. All I've got left is the Ishgardian one, which is for a caster. That'll be interesting to see. But we will be ending it here for today. Let me pop over to Twitch and see who's live. See if we can find an interesting person to raid. Raided most of them already. See, Doexis just got affiliate recently, but I've also raided Doexis just recently, too. Maybe I'll still send us over to Doexis. I've raided them recently, but they did just get affiliate like a couple days ago. If it'll bother to load the video so I can see what they're up to. There we go. Yeah. I can get some food and rest. Food and rest. Chaos! Alright, I'm gonna send us over to Doexis. Doexis just recently got affiliate. I've raided Doexis again, like I said, recently within the last couple weeks, I think. But whatever. That's fine. For anyone who gets left behind by the raid, let's see if this will link it. There we go. That's where we're going. And like I said, for Saturday and Sunday, normally raid days, I think, like I said, the tier has unlocked, so you don't have to, like, re-clears and all that stuff anymore on Abyssos. So I don't know exactly what my static is going to be doing this Saturday or Sunday. We may just be, like, going in and running P5S a bunch to get a bunch of gear, or just straight into P6S and progging that. I don't know. We'll see. And I may also play some other variety games on Saturday or Sunday if I'm feeling good and want to have a couple of hours before that, but no guarantees there. We'll see. Anyway, I will see you guys at 3 p.m. Pacific time on Saturday and Sunday. Anyway, later, everyone. See ya.